Hey guys, welcome back to Foreign Reacts. Today we're going to be checking out a video related to something that I obviously have announced on this channel. So this video is titled My Thoughts on America 1 Year Later. American living in Germany. So actually she's living in Germany, which is pretty cool. Shout out to the Germans who are watching this video. I appreciate you guys being here. But either ways, we're going to check out that video. But I just want to say I'm moving to Europe. I finally announced in a video that I'm moving to Europe. What's to come will be me showing you guys that I totally told you guys where I'm moving to, and you guys just didn't see it. Some of you guys caught it, but some of you guys still have not caught it. And then after that, why am I telling you guys my schedule? Why am I telling you guys my schedule? But I'm gonna tell you guys one more thing on the schedule, but I'm not gonna tell you guys anything after that. So one, I released a video saying that I'm going to Europe on this channel. I did a reaction video to that, so you can find it. And I'll leave a link in the comment section for the channel where that video is at. So you guys will subscribe, because once I'm in Europe, I'll be doing these same videos that I'm reacting to right now. So stay posted and go check it out. But like I said, moving to Europe, I made that video. Then I'll be giving you guys a video of me showing you guys that I clearly told you guys what country it is. And the next video would be me telling you guys what country it is, officially telling you guys what country it is. And yeah, it should be a really amazing video. So go check out that channel and subscribe, and be prepared for that, because it will be coming soon, trust me. But either ways, let's get right into this video, guys.
I have been living in Germany since 2019. When I moved initially, I was not expecting to have the culture shock that I did. I was not expecting for there to be a lot of resistance in myself. I thought that it was going to be easy breezy. I was gonna live this cool, like, European lifestyle, ride around on a bike, eat baguettes all day, be cute, all of the things. That was not the case. I was thrown into a culture that was very serious, not a lot of sugarcoating happens, very direct, just very...
So she's trying to say that she was gonna go to Europe, specifically Germany, and actually have an American lifestyle. Like, the thing is, I don't want to be that guy, but I gotta be the guy right now. I have a feeling my culture shocks will not be necessarily culture shocks. It will just be things that I knew was to come, but not anything I'm too surprised about, because I knew it was going to happen either ways, because I am very much equipped right now with the knowledge due to the fact that I do these reaction videos, man. I started doing these reaction videos just because I'll be moving to Europe, and I wanted to know what to look forward to. You know what I'm trying to say? Best places to visit, such.
efficient and also very quiet. I thought, oh my god, I'm in for it. So now that I've been living in Germany, I'm able to really put together German news stuff and also American news, and form a new opinion about the United States as an American living outside of the fishbowl, which I like to call it. Now that I live outside of the US, I can see a lot of things a lot more clearly than I did last year. So number one, I am really seeing that there is a really big divide. I think this is very obvious. This is one of the reasons I moved away from the United States to begin with, is this divide that's been happening in the United States has really just grown, and it is so strong. The polarization is so strong, but it's not necessarily the beliefs, I think, that are the full problem. It's the fact that nobody listens to each other. So something I've learned after living in Germany is that Germans are great listeners, and the United States Americans are
not as good,
more talkers. What I think happens is in the United States, from what I see now as an outsider and also having lived in the United States, is that in the United States you're so focused on making your point and saying it as loud as you can and making it really stand out and stick, that you don't ever take
instead of trying to understand somebody's point. I got you, I heard it. She's talking facts.
Take the time to step back and listen. And I also think it has to do with pride and with ego. That pride and that ego seems to be really ingrained in US citizens as we grow up, and I think that it's really difficult for us to say, hey, I was wrong. Hey, oops, didn't see that. Hey, oops, that's a new point I've never considered or even thought to consider. Thanks for sharing it.
Remember, I coined it. I don't even know if I'm the original person who coined it, but what was it? What was the order again? Being in no, why can't you remember your own thing, dude? Like, what? Arrogant and ignorance. Yeah, so you're arrogant while being ignorant. That's what I coined when I started reacting to these videos. I was like, Americans are literally arrogant and ignorant at the same time. They're arrogant, meaning they're proud, thinking that what they're saying is correct, if that makes sense to you guys. I don't know. I hope I was the one who coined it. Arrogant, ignorant, blah, 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 in terms of putting them together as one thing. Because I've always heard people just speak about one alone, but you get the point.
Everybody has an opinion, everyone has values and beliefs, and sometimes those change, but they can only change if you listen. I think that in the United States, that's something that they really struggle with back home, is to really just listen to the other side. That's something that I think is really destroying that community aspect of living in the United States. That American dream of like really being and coming together and being a melting pot is really kind of turning into being water and oil, and you guys just aren't mixing, and it's just a lot of yelling and not a lot of listening. I think that a lot could be solved if people were willing to just hold their opinions back for a second. I'm not asking anybody to change any opinions that they have, but if they just held them inside for a second and let somebody talk instead of yell over each other, I think a lot would change. So I think listening is a big problem in the United States. I didn't realize that when I was living there. I started to as I got older and I started to travel, but while I was living there, I thought that that's just how we were. We were loud, we believe in things. It's great to have an opinion, it's great to voice your opinion, but we're never actually taught to listen to opinions. My mom always taught me to listen to others and to see others through a compassionate eye, but I think that as you grow up, you form your own opinions and you form your own way of living, and so it can only go so far. That was something that I kind of had to really step back, observe in myself, and then update, basically. The second thing that I think about the United States, and this really carries on from last year, but I'm able to see it a lot more clearly and have more solid examples, is the United States really is lacking education amongst its people. And when I say education, I don't mean math and science. However, that is the case. I think the
No, she says she doesn't mean math and science, but for her perspective, I totally agree with what she is saying, and her points are very, very solid, especially this one that she's going to get into right now. She, you know, with the education, like, it's not that Americans are not educated, they don't know how to do equation or some form of garbage like that, which probably is less important in my humble opinion, because since I've not been in school, I've not done a single equation, so that's probably less important. But the interaction, that part is really poor. Knowing about the outside world, that part is really important to me. I think when I was younger, I cared a lot more about learning. Like, let's say I want to be an engineer and I want to be a computer science. I want to do computer programming. That's the type of stuff I wanted, and that's what I wanted to learn, right? And that's the issue with America. Americans want to learn that, not those, right? So it's a really rough situation when you just want to learn one particular thing that you're interested in and not the things that can help you through life, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Education is really around what happens from other perspectives, so other world perspectives. When you live in the United States, you are taught world history, basically, in the sense that you are an American. This is what it means to be American. This is how you should be prideful being an American. This is how America was founded. This is how America feels. This is how America speaks. This is how America deals with things. These are the events that America has been a part of, how things affect America, but you're never actually taught this is what happened and this is how Japan was affected. For example, Pearl Harbor. I don't know how the Japanese people were affected. I don't know any of the things that changed for them. I don't know anything about that. And so I lack as a student in the United States the education to really to learn that other people have different experiences. It goes so much deeper than just understanding that. I understand that people are from different backgrounds, they have different socioeconomic statuses, they have different upbringings and beliefs. I understand that, and life doesn't happen to people the same way. But when you're in the United States, you really I really am generalizing, but I really believe that you grow up and you think that the rest of the world operates the way that the United States does, or it operates in reaction to the US. And that's just not the case. And I think that in the United States, they're really lacking education in that department and also in empathy. We don't ever learn anything about other cultures. I literally couldn't tell you key figures in Sweden. I couldn't tell you any wild events that happened in the Ukraine. Okay, Chernobyl, but
You wanna shake my hands and hear me say Me too, because me too. Before I started Foreign Reacts, I had no, what you try to say on like history based off of other countries. Like I could tell you about the Cold War with Finland, not the Cold War, but whatever, not the Cold War. What's that word? That is, it's not cold, but it's a word. Whatever. The thing with Russia and the USSR, right? I can tell you all about that a little bit, not in depth because I wasn't there, but from what I've learned, that it happened, right? And yeah, it's kind of true. It's really true what she's saying.
Maybe. Is that even right? I don't even know. So it's stuff like that where I just think there's like a lack of education, and really I think part of my living in Germany now is really catching up to the rest of the world. I learned about the United States. I'm really grateful that I got to have an education and that I got to go to public school and I got to learn all of the things that I did, because I think that it set me up in a really nice way, and I'm very grateful for that. I think it's just all of these different things that I'm really having to relearn as an adult, and I think the only reason that I'm even considering relearning them is because I'm now living in a different country with a different perspective and also a different take on education. And so that's something that I really feel America is lacking in, is just really general education. And I know that people are going to be in my comments and say, well, you know, screw you, stay in Germany if you like outside of the US so much, we don't need you. That's what I'm talking about.
That's a typical American response you're gonna get. You're gonna get that typical American response for sure. Let me tell you that, man. And everybody want to talk about Americans, man. They will. Woo! They got you, man. I'm telling you, that's what you're gonna get.
Opportunity to just listen, and I really appreciate it if you're watching my channel right now, because I think that that's the cool thing about the internet, is we're able to connect with each other. And I've watched so many videos about Germans and their experience just in their own country that now I'm able to say, oh, that's so interesting that this is how people react to them in their own country. And I've also had so many interactions with all of you guys who are from Germany in my comments, and I just start to realize like Germans really listen, and I think that leads way or gives space to someone to change. The third thing that I want to say, I spend a lot of time thinking, would I ever go back to the United States? I think of course I'd like to always leave those doors open. Who wouldn't? I'm not silly. I really love the United States in the sense that that's my home country. I'm proud in many, many ways of being from the United States. That doesn't mean that it's perfect, and I'm not going to pretend like the United States is perfect. I don't think Germany is perfect either. I had a lot of resistance when I moved to Germany. But what I am thinking about is what would actually make sense for me, my future family. And I really think that a lot would need to change in the United States for me to really consider going back. I think that people move to the United States again with the American dream in mind, where they have all of these opportunities to then become wealthy and to build, you know, this dream life. I, coming from the United States into a country like Germany, almost have the reverse effect, where I feel so grateful. And I wasn't like this when I started. When I came to Germany, I was completely pissed off that nobody had any interest in becoming the richest, having the biggest house, who had the fanciest job title. That used to piss me off. I was so angry about it. And now that I'm here and I've been living here and really just kind of opening up to a new culture, what I'm realizing is that I crave simplicity. I want to have, I don't know, just moving to a different country, it humbles you in such a wild way. I think that when I moved here, I had such an ego, the pride, the American thing. And when I moved here, I realized, you know, hey, there's a different way of life, and it doesn't always have to be the Ferraris and the mansions. That is how I feel.
Yo, she hitting my heart right there. It ain't always gonna be about that Ferrari. Woo! Mama, you different. Oh gosh, I'll crazy. Wow. Oh my. She's right though. She's right. She is very right. And I appreciate her for being so honest and, you know, vulnerable, because a lot of people, she reminds me of what I would do at Foreign Reacts, telling, you know, you guys that, yo, I've been like this. I was arrogant too, and I did not know outside of America, and America was this, and I thought America was everything good. You know what I'm saying? And y'all get the point, bro.
About the United States in this year. Maybe that will change. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please go ahead and like it. Don't forget.
For sure, bro. Like, I'm telling you, she did. She don't, like, what? Man, keep doing what you gotta do, man. I appreciate the honesty. But either ways, guys, I'm gonna be out of here, man. Y'all know what we do here. reaction videos for Reacts, man. This was a beautiful V. I appreciated her honesty, and I can't stress it enough. She spoke the truth, and that's exactly how I felt like maybe a while back. You know what I'm saying? Like I really changed really quickly because of other reasons as well. But like I said, man, this was a really beautiful video, and I'm out of here, guys. Peace.